Good afternoon. Welcome back to Stringman Guitars. Been a while away for a while. We've been working on this thing, but I ran into a buddy of mine, Mitch McVicker, maybe about a month ago. He's on tour, and we've had this guitar in here before, though. I think it's before the YouTube channel. Did a setup and so forth, and marking the saddle before I do anything here of where it is, and I want to make sure once I bring it up to tune that it is where I left it. The strings on here are dirty. I mean, they feel so dirty. We are in tune, and measurements. First thing I'll do is check the relief. I ain't gonna touch that. 12 thousandths right on the nose. The height, string height, is 5/64 and 4/64. I'm not going to mess with that. It's a Gibson scale. I could probably take it down to 3, but by judging the where the wheel is here, it's already pretty much pegged down, so we're going to roll with that. So anyhow, just new strings and a cleanup and setup. There's probably, I don't know, several hundreds of hours of this thing being played across the country. Anyhow, check him out. He's a one-man band. He uses all kind of household items, shall we say, to create loops and tell stories while doing so before jumping into the song, and quite entertaining. He was also the guy that was in the Jeep with Rich Mullins when they had the fatal accident in 1998, I think it was. Mitch survived after a long hospitalization, and Rich unfortunately did not make it. So, the other thing is, the main reason it's here is, if we can get it in the video, come on, there we go. This bugger fell in. So, I did not record fishing it out. Actually got help from a friend of mine, and we were able to get it out, and there's just enough thread on this to keep it from falling back in again. It's tightened up. I might put a little bit of a wrench to it just one more time before I get it back to Mitch, because it's had a chance to set with the pressure on the on both sides of the wood for the first time in a long time. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, there would have been all kinds of nasty language, and every time the disc got dropped back in the hole and I had to go back through the F-hole and fish it back out. And finally my friend was over checking out a hot water heater. He's a heating HVAC guy, and he brought me this little thing. He says, you know what? If you can get it through with your, I've got a jack with a heavy gauge E string solder to it, and he says if you get this in there, we can grab it from the inside, and then you can throw the washers down there. It might work. So we tried it, and it worked. So thank you, George. And I'm going to drop a little drop of super glue on the threads there so this doesn't come loose on the outside. The inside, we added a wood locking washer. so that it won't turn on the inside. And we plugged it in and it does work. So I'm going to go ahead and take the strings off and do a little bit of cleanup, and we will return. We're back, the strings are off. Marked where the bridge was, which you can't see because it's not in the camera angle. But whenever you're going from old strings to new strings, if your intonation was on with the old strings, there's a chance that it will be off on the new strings. So fret erasers get several years of, I'm sure that Mitch did not take the strings off completely and then restring it. I mean, these trapeze bridges are harder to deal with when it comes to that. So, and there's a lot of gunk on these frets. I'm going to try something a little different, something new. Got these from Stringman Guitars. We have a fine and a medium. Let's give that a whack. We have to try these. So they call them fret rubbers in the UK. I guess because they rub your frets. I don't. They're very, very silicone-y feeling, but they really look like they do a darn good job compared to the Stu Mac product that I was just using. But then again, these are brand new. Yeah, as I continue to use it, the finish that was on it starts coming off, and you have more of a fret eraser feel to it. For as hard as Mitch plays, I'm surprised he doesn't have huge dents in these frets. He's a great player. He's got a real. He loves heavy strings, and you would think it would show, but these frets are pretty nice. Certainly a ways away from getting some sort of fret job. Alright, so those are looking awfully nice. Gosh. And the last time this was in here, it had some. We used linseed oil. I think this time, because that stuff seals, we're just going to clean the gunk off of the fingerboard and use some of the other stuff, because I need to use that stuff up anyhow. I use simple green. You don't marinate it, so it's not going to hurt the wood. It's not going to dry it out. There's no alcohol in it. It's a good cleaner, and as you can see here, and get that in there, quite a lot of DNA on there. And traveling musicians, they just don't have the time to do the proper maintenance on their stuff. And this guy is a hard worker. He drives himself all over the U.S. If you get a chance to check out his show, Mitch McVicker Music on Facebook and .com. Put a little bit of F1 just so I could start using this bottle for linseed oil. a little shine. I'm not looking for, I think we've already sealed it with linseed. Just make it pretty again. Once again, this is also not a marinade type product. You put it on, you wipe off the excess. And we always use, if you've seen my videos before, Uncle Stu's guitar grease, which is always difficult for me to open. You get these little things at your Hobby Lobby, hobby store type places. Just a little bit of guitar grease in the friction points of the nut to help your tuning stability. Once you get it on there, you're going to wipe it off, you know, any of the excess. Just hard to jam it down in those skinny B and E slots. There we go. Thing I like about Godins is they come with Shaler strap locks, which is just awesome. Why doesn't everybody else like do the customers a favor and add those to their instruments? Our string du jour, like I said, he likes them heavy, so we got 12 to 52s from D'Addario. Alright everybody, we are back, and I'm going to let this thing sit under tension for just an hour or so, because it was a pretty quick string change. I don't think the wood had a chance to acclimate to not having any tension on it. Let's see what else. Let's just see how much it did move. If you remember, I was at 12 thousandths at the 7th fret with the capo in the 1st. And we are still there. It got a little tighter, so I'm going to let it sit. Go have dinner and come back and finish this off. So once again, Crimson Guitars, great fret erasers. We've got the fine and the medium, and it doesn't seem like they gunk up like the kind from StewMac, but this is just a first test. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I can erase the StewMac erasers so that they'll work well again. Okay, so as you see, there is a slight variation of where intonation landed on the 2 E strings. This is slightly forward in the tape, and this was right on the tape. So there you go. Always do intonation on brand new strings. Use the existing strings for your guidepost, and then proceed with caution. Alright, it looks like our Godin, which I think I neglected to mention in the beginning, our Godin 5th Avenue is ready for Mitch. Turn off the noisemaker. We checked got the intonation, the string height, the relief is all exactly where it should be. Just plug it into the tuner. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, nailed the intonation. Of course, all the strings in between are guesswork, and it's this fixed bridge thing that you're at the mercy of. But you don't see too many acoustic guitars that have bang-on intonation. So this is an alternative to that. But when you have this fixed bridge thing, you can't make any adjustments other than the whole corner, one end back, or one end forward, one end back, the other end forward and back. Yeah, so you basically have to adjust for the two E's, and then the rest is going to have to fall into place. Let's see how close it is. The A is pretty much there. The D's there. Yeah. The G's a hair sharp. I mean flat. Nope, D's there. G's there. Godin really is Godin. Godin. Nope. Everything's bang on. How about that? I'll show you this bridge here in a second. How they cut that bridge. As long as you get your two E's in the right place and your string height and all your other parameters, it ends up being pretty not bang on. So yay Canada, guys did it right. So I'm going to sign off. Please, the links are down below. And if you would please subscribe to this channel, that would be very helpful. Tell your friends, and also if you would join the Facebook page, Stringman Guitars, and tell your friends if you're in the greater Pittsburgh area and you need some work done and you don't want to get shystered by some big box place. We're always here in the underground lair, willing to do quality work at a good price. So with that, once again, please check out Mitch McVicker. That's Mitch McVicker Music on Facebook. See when he'll be in your area. I believe he's in the Wisconsin, Michigan sort of area right now. So if you get a chance to check him, I mean, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got other people put stuff up on YouTube. If you get a chance to check him out, he's just simply amazing. He's a great guy. Buy his CDs, very inspirational, very thought inspiring without being very, no, that's wrong, without being churchy at all. He gets the gospel across in a way that I think Jesus would have done it, or did it, you know. He's just check him out. Just check him out. So, with that, you guys have a lovely Easter weekend.